Hi everyone, it's me Vandy. I'm bringing you a new video and it's going to teach you about the basics of DOTA Autochess because I've got a lot of people coming into my stream when I'm playing it asking how do you play. The game is interesting, it doesn't really give you a guide of any sort, it's more of just a hands-on, you learn through others or you learn just by trying. So I guess once you've downloaded Dota 2, you're going to see this screen. You're going to head up into arcade, where you can then find Autochess. Might have to do a bit of scrolling, but it's going to be there. There it is for me. If you don't have the game, this is where you can download it, almost like a mini game. This is also where you can update it. So we're going to go ahead now and we'll create a custom lobby. Just for the, I guess, showing of how to play the game, I'm just going to start a private lobby by myself. Just so we can get into it and I can take you all through the basics. Cool. Once the game loads, you'll be presented with a little checkerboard over here. This is going to be our playable area. This is our chessboard. This area over here is the holding area. Up here you'll find a bit of a tooltip on what things are. What I'm going to go ahead and do, we have 1 gold. I'm going to pick any unit. I'm going to left click to buy them. Then I'm going to press Q on this unit to select it and then left click to place them on the board. Great. If you want to see what the other shortcuts are, you can click on your courier. Q is to select and place a chess piece. W is to bring back a chess piece. E is going to be to sell one. D is to reroll, and then F is to buy experience. Don't worry so much about D and F at this stage. I'll talk through them a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you where the basic commands were. Now that the prepare stage was over, you saw the 30 seconds had counted down, we go into the battle section over here, where your unit comes to life, almost like in Harry Potter if you've seen Wizard Chess. So Tiny went and beat up some AI, and what this means is we can progress on to the second round. We don't take any damage. So I'm going to go ahead and just buy another unit. And same thing, I'm going to press Q and place him on the board. You can see it said I had 2 out of 2 pieces. This is the maximum number of chess pieces that I can have out on the board at this moment in time. You can also spend your gold if you have enough. So if I wanted to buy an enchantress and hold her, you can do that. The best part is if I sell the enchantress that I just purchased for 1 gold, you get exactly that value back. It's really good to have. Same thing, we'll watch them play out. While they're fighting, I want you to click on one of your units and pay attention to these little boxes over here. The first box is going to be the race of your unit. Second box is going to be the class of your unit. Third box is going to be their ultimate. We're really interested in these first 2 boxes. This little present over here that just dropped, this is an item. You can run over with your courier and right click to select it and it'll go into your courier's inventory. So I noticed that they've offered me a tiny and an axe. I'm going to go ahead and buy another tiny. I'm going to go ahead and put this axe out. And the reason for doing so, you'll see, suddenly I've got 3 warriors on the board. What does that mean? So remember how I told you to pay attention to the class and race boxes? If I have 3 warriors on the board that are unique, all friendly warriors have 7 armor. In an update that they did, the easiest way of seeing if you qualify for that bonus as well is by clicking on your courier and reading the icons on top. So this is great. Our warriors now have that increased armor, meaning that they're going to be a lot harder to kill right now. This is fantastic. So if I also click on Axe, I can notice that he's a part of the orc race. So maybe if I see any other orcs or elementals like Tiny, I can start to think of some synergies. I need 2 elementals to trigger Tiny's elemental bonus. As for orcs, I need 2 orcs to give them extra HP. So same thing, gonna collect my armor. I mean, now that I have these warriors, maybe I'll buy a couple more. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? So the thing that people like to do is you can always buy a bunch of units to have on the board waiting on the side. What I now want to take you guys through is when you click on your units, you'll notice they have a star next to their name. That just means that they're level 1 of this unit. So you can actually upgrade your units. How you do that is by having 3 of the exact same unit. If I'm able to find and purchase another tiny, I'll be able to upgrade him to level 2. If I find 2 more tusks, I'll be able to upgrade him to level 2, and vice versa. The maximum units can go up to is level 3. And even that takes a little bit of time and effort. So you can see, now that the AI rounds are done, round 4 you actually have to fight another player. Because this is a lobby by myself, it's just creating a little bit of AI for me to verse. Cool, so the round goes on. Great, I've got another tiny. I can show you how the combination works. To combine units, you actually need to have them all on the chessboard at the same time, and then they'll automatically combine. Great. I also do have an extra slot that I can use, so I'm going to go ahead and put this bounty hunter over here. Don't worry too much about your positioning if this is your first game. I really just want you to get a feel for the basics. And there's a lot to learn. The first sort of rounds that you play, you're gonna feel like this 30 seconds of preparation time are way too slow. I recommend that you kind of learn the hotkeys, at least QWE, to make things a little bit faster. You can see we're starting to rack up a little bit of gold now. Even though we lost that last round, and we might be losing this round, that's okay. It's okay to lose. What happens is that depending on how much you lose by, it's going to affect how many hit points then get taken out. This one looks fairly even, but as you can see, there's going to be that goblin bonus at work here. That's really making that health regeneration hard for my units to get through. That's okay, I'll take a little bit of damage. It's okay to lose the early game because you can get streaks. So if you hover over your gold, my base income is +5, my interest is +1, you get an extra gold for each 10 gold that you bank up. So 10 gold will grant you 1 extra piece of gold, 20 gold is going to grant you 2 extra pieces of gold, 30 gold, 3, etc., etc. This caps at 50 gold. So the maximum interest you can earn per round is 5. You'll also notice that there's a winning the round bonus and a losing streak bonus. If I lose this round again coming up, I'm going to get an extra +1 gold. So you can kind of ride that economy. You'll notice I didn't get a chance to place any units out. That's okay. I can still buy and fiddle with units here. So maybe I'll go ahead and pick up that Morphling. Remember how Tiny had a bit of an elemental bonus? So all friendly elementals have a 30% chance to turn the attacker into stone for 4 seconds. That sounds like a pretty nifty bonus and something I could use. As you can see, I lost that by 7 remaining units alive, so I take a little bit more damage. That's okay. You'll probably see me losing a little bit, and that's fine because I really just am doing this video to show you kind of what to do. We have a bit of gold here, so I want to explain about how to level up your courier. To get more pieces on the board, you'll see it stop going up. This is your experience bar here. If you hold Alt, it'll show you how much experience you need to the next level. You can press F or buy experience. Just like that. And just like that, we gain a level and we can put an extra piece on. Unfortunately, I spent too much time talking about it. I didn't get a chance to place the unit, but for the next round, I can do exactly that. So I still also keep my interest, and this is going to be something that you're going to juggle. The last kind of mechanic that I wanted to talk about was re-rolling. So I didn't get anything that I really wanted out of this round, and I mean, it looks like I might want to synergize with warriors and elementals, maybe a beast, so I can kind of complement what I've got. I mean, at this point, I'm going to buy a Dragon Knight. Because, look, he's an epic unit. A level 1 epic unit is usually better than a level 2 unit that you can have. But I mean, we'll kind of talk about what units are strong or not. But it's a good guide to kind of go, a good rule of thumb to have. So I've got those 5 units. I'm going to withdraw this little guy. Put out the elemental. And you can see I've got the elemental bonus going. And I have the warrior bonus going now. If I'd like more gold, I could sell these, but they're not going to give me enough gold to go to 20. So I mean, it's not going to change much. I might as well keep them and see what I get. But to reroll, as I was talking, you can reroll pieces by clicking this, or you can press D. It's going to consume 2 of your gold, but you can see, wow, it gave us a tusk. Now I'll only need 1 more to make him a level 2 unit, to make him a lot stronger. Unfortunately, you can see this AI is kicking my butt, but that's alright. We've got the lose streak bonus moving up to 2 gold. So it kind of pays to keep a streak, whether it be losing or winning. Akunka, he's a warrior. Once again, he's got that epic. He costs 4 gold. He's a bit expensive, but you'll see here, he can be a worthy addition. Maybe I'll bring the Dragon Knight back. What his ultimate is a ghost ship. He's going to summon a ghost ship, blah, blah, blah. But what we're interested in, stunning all enemies within 3 squares of the wreckage. So make sure you read what ultimates your units have as well. And it'll give you a better understanding of what will seem strong and what won't. Area of effect generally is pretty darn strong, especially if you've got a lot of melee characters like me. This guy is also running the elemental bonus, and a little bit of luck meant that my Kunka died, but he still got the ghost ship off. Tiny's chucking this guy into the corner, but unfortunately the ghost ship came a little bit too late. There was too much damage. Speaking of damage, if you look over here, it'll show you how much damage each unit is doing per round, so you can adjust as you go. How about we buy a Slaughter? And you know what? Let's level up so we can have more units on the board as well. So I'm gonna go put the Slaughter out. And you can see, I should probably use some of my items. If you'd like to use an item, all you need to do is you can left click to drag them on to the character that you want to put it on, to the piece that you want to give it to. So I have a lot of warriors. Let's give Kunkka some additional armor. Let's give the Morphling this quarterstaff. Ooh, and I should mention that round 10 is also a PvE round with golems over here. So we might get the chance of getting more items. I can also take stock of what I've got. I don't really have any other goblins. I'm gonna sell this guy. I don't really have any other knights, nor do I think I'm gonna use a dragon knight anytime soon. I'm also gonna sell it. It gave me 4 gold back, so now at least I can get the interest. Make sure you do this before the battle stage is over, otherwise it won't award you the interest in time. Cool, so you can start to see we've got 6 units on the board. We have an idea of what we want. You're thinking, maybe I should reroll to try and get these pieces? I don't really want to reroll at this point if I can help it. As I said, it's okay to lose. You only start to feel threatened when you're about 50%, so you can kind of hang on. The best rule of thumb that you see most pros try to do is get to 50 gold as soon as possible and really bank on getting that extra 5 gold every round. If we lose this round as well, once again, you can see my streak has gone up. Now I'm going to get plus 3 gold. It's really starting to add up. Let's see how we go against this character. What I should mention is, as well, all these boards would normally be filled up with other players that you're playing with for a total of 9. You can also use tab to cycle around to see what you've got. I mean, it's not going to let me, but that's a quick shortcut to quickly see what everyone's got, and it'll take you around the map. This is actually very, very close. They might be able to pull it off, which means, unfortunately, my bonus would be off. Nope, thank goodness, we hold on to our bonus. And this is good. I didn't want to lose by too much, but I didn't want to lose by too little either. Great, we're almost at 42 gold now. I mean, I could start to re-roll, but as I said, I'm not feeling too threatened yet. I'd rather get 50 gold, so I have good economy. If you want to see how much gold your opponents have as well, it's a good indication of keeping tabs. You can click on them, and what their mana is how much gold they have. So you can see I've got 42 gold over here, 42 mana. That's a way of checking how much gold your opponents have. We also did get an item. It's really interesting in this game. Items can actually combine. If you right click an item and you press show combinations, it'll show you what you can combine them with to make better items. But I always try to use them, especially once I know who it'll be helpful for. You can always, to get an item off, this was important, I should have covered it, you need to sell the unit. So if you know you're not going to hold on to them for too long and you just want to quickly give them a damage boost or an upgrade, like I'm going to give my Morphling the Staff of Wizardry, see if you can dish out a little bit more damage. It's always a good way of going about it. And then I can sell them to get the item back. But if you know that, like say with the Kunkka, I know I'm going to keep him for a long time. If I didn't want to give him the chainmail, that would have been a little bit disastrous. The only way I could get that back is by selling him. Great, it's offered me a Lycan, so you can see the blue kind of units, they're rares. So they'll be a little bit better than your standard like 1 gold, 2 golds. I'm going to get rid of Sada. And now, I have a beast bonus. Isn't this cool? It's all starting to add up. I also can get the 6 warrior bonus. So if I'm quick enough, oofed, just got it in there. So we're rocking 6 warriors. I didn't get a chance to give my Morphling that, but that's fine. I did sacrifice the elemental bonus, but I feel like keeping my warriors alive at this point would be my best bet. We also are at that 50 gold that I so desperately wanted. Cool, my Kunkka is hitting things. You can see this guy has a level 2 Chaos Knight. That's actually keeping 2 of my units focused on him. A level 2 Drow Ranger. This is the fun part. We have a ton of gold this next round. And now it's time for me to start to really build my composition. So let's get a Troll Warlord. And let's start to cycle through. So I'm going to re-roll some pieces. And I'm really looking to see if I can start to get some level 2s. So I'm going to get some level 2s, upgrade them, see what else I've got. This guy, he's not really doing much for me. I'd rather have a ranged warrior. And you can always position your units in a way that you think might be good. Since my warriors have to go so far and they're taking so much damage, hey, I'm going to position them a little bit closer so at least they can get to the action so the ranged units aren't shooting them and I'm taking unnecessary damage. What I can also do is, since I have a little bit of extra gold, if I wanted to, I could use that to buy experience. It's not going to affect the interest that I gain. And you can also pay attention and see what other people have got. So I'm noticing a lot of mechs over there. I know that he's got the goblin bonus and the mecha bonus. That's going to be pretty strong. I don't think we'll be able to beat him just yet, but I don't want to lose by too much at this point. So we can be pretty aggressive in our re-rolling now. Cool. Let's see what else I can get. I can always hold on to units as well. See what else I want. And judging on what other people have gotten, I haven't really seen anyone else buy a bunch of warriors. Great, let's upgrade this guy. Bit by bit, all of our units are starting to go into level 2s. It might be of a good advantage as well. At this point, people might be looking at level 7. I think I'd like to do that, because then if I can see another Naga, I can get the Naga bonus, or the Troll bonus happening, or at least get my Elemental bonus back. So remember, once the preparing stage is over, you can still buy and reroll, but the unfortunate thing is, I should buy that Tusk, is that you want to keep whatever interest you want to make sure you don't dip below that until the round is over. This is another PvE round. This is the Wolves. The only advice I can give you for this stage is that if you have squishy units, the Wolves are going to make sure that they jump into your backline and decimate it. If you can substitute them out for warriors or any bruiser type characters, even just for this PvE round, you'll have a much better time defeating it. If you have a bunch of mages, prepare to get destroyed for this PvE round. Cool. Just like that, the Kaya automatically combined in our inventory because I managed to pick up another one. And like I said, let's see if we can reroll. We want to find some more units. Got a Slardar here. I mean, I can buy him. And I mean, I can get a Templar Assassin, but at this point, I'm kind of looking for stuff that'll fit in my synergy. So I've got a lot of units on my bench now. And I mean, this is great, but I'm waiting on a lot of them to combine. If I need extra gold, remember, you can always sell them. And we're very, very close to that level 7. At this point in time, I don't think I have anyone that could really use this, but it's better than leaving it wasted. So let's put it on the Kunga. It's better than it getting used. Some people hold on to their items forever. I just like to use them. I mean, I know I'm going for a bit of that warrior build. And you can see, what are we really having trouble against? I mean, I've got a really tanky front line, but I have no damage. And if you look at this, the primary damage is my Troll Warlord, but he's not able to survive long enough. I really want to upgrade a Lycan because I feel like it would be more worth than having, say, an Axe or a Tusk or something like that. Let's put this Morphling over here. Let's get that Lycan out. And let's keep rerolling. Another Kunkka, or we can upgrade this Juggernaut and put him out on the field.
Juggernaut stands ready.
Let's get rid of Tiny. And I know that we've got this Morphling over here. I should actually get rid of him too, because I'm not going to use Tiny. Tiny is actually disrupting a little bit of my flow. He's chucking a unit into the corner, but then it's also pulling back the warriors that I want. See you, Tiny. You've done your job. So don't be afraid to also sell and move around units as new ideas come into your mind, into your head. I'm hoping I can get another Axe, put him out onto the battlefield, but I really want that extra Naga. Here we go. We finally are starting to win. Great. So a couple of small adjustments can make all the difference sometimes. But he's not our biggest threat at the moment. Great. So I could very easily get the Orc bonus, but I would have to sacrifice. Since I'm not using the Naga bonus at the moment, I'll get the Orc bonus. And let's hold this guy over here. Same thing. If I want more range damage, a Beastmaster could be great. I'd still get that Orc bonus, and I could substitute off one of these guys. In fact, I might do that right now. We're not using Tiny. We're not using the Elemental bonus anymore. Let's give this Quarterstaff to our Troll Warlord. So I'm going to kind of explain a little bit more about what I'm doing. We've got the interest. I've showed you how to level up units. We want to get level 3 units, and this is kind of all the main functions. Ooh. This is pretty close. If you ever don't know what enemy units are doing, you can always click on them to read their ultimates as well. That's kind of going to be the best way of learning the game, kind of while you're waiting for this battle phase to begin. I don't have a lot of turns left, unfortunately. You can see my team, I don't have a lot of that range damage. I don't have a lot of mages. It might be a bit late for me to change it now, but we can still try. And we also have a heck of gold that I haven't been using. That could be nice. Don't want to forget about leveling up as well. It's very important to make sure you're keeping on par, with how your opponents are as well. You don't want to be level 6 while they're all level 10, for example. The maximum level that you can get in this game is level 10. So also think about that for your strategies. One thing that I also did forget to mention, the best part up here is that there is actually a list of chess pieces on the top left. If you click on this, it shows you all the chess pieces in the game that you can come and get. and how much gold they cost. So if you're thinking that you need another warlock and you're trying to find the rest of the warlocks, you can see their rarity. So these are legendaries, these are your epics, these are your rares, and so on and so forth. Oh, great, we managed to win that one. Let's get you up. I really would like to try and level. It's okay to dip into my economy. I know I said it's nice to try and keep it, but it's okay to dip into your economy. I don't want to be losing because I didn't have this one unit out. Unit positioning is something that I can kind of talk about as well. It's going to be more of an advancing once you're feeling comfortable with the amount of time you have. Generally, you want your warriors to be positioned closer to the front. If you have any vulnerable damage, you want to keep them in the back line. And last but not least, if you have assassins, there's been a change where they'll jump 2 seconds after these guys have gone. I'll try and see if we find an assassin in the next few rounds. I'll point it out. Round 20, another PvE round. Call them the Slappy Bears. I think they're called Hell Bears, yep. I just call them the Slappy Bears. I think they look like furbolgs to me. Cool, we survived that one as well. We live to fight another day. Go, got our gold. I spent a lot of it that last round, but I feel like we can afford to reroll a bit. Great, this is giving me some stuff that I really wanted. Let's sacrifice. Who's not doing a lot of damage? Our poor Beastmaster, he's not doing a lot right now. So I have to decide. Demons are interesting. When you have one demon, as long as you only have one, their attacks deal 50% extra pure damage to the target. That's a big deal. I'm gonna sell this guy so I can keep the Doom. But the thing is, I didn't manage to put the Beastmaster back in time because I hesitated. You'll notice that sometimes, especially when you're learning the game, it's okay to make mistakes like these. It's just kind of getting used to the flow. I mean, I wasn't perfect when I first started playing this game. A lot of it was me just getting to learn the controls, the commands. My Lycan, he's having a hard time getting enough mana. This is something that I can talk to you guys about as well. Their mana bars show you when they're taking or dealing damage, it's how fast that they'll be able to use their ultimates. I really want my Lycan to be able to use his ultimate. It's going to summon 2 wolves. That's a big deal. We can also now upgrade him. So what I want him to do is I want him to get that ultimate a lot faster. I'm going to put him a lot closer to the front. We also need to make sure that we keep our Beastmaster out. I want to hunt for another Beastmaster and try and get him upgraded. Ooh. Unfortunately, there's not going to be enough time. Ooh, a Disruptor is great at this point of the game. A Disruptor is quite a strong unit because he can actually silence a bunch of units in an area of effect, and he fits nicely into the orcs that I've got on the board. So because I'm not upgrading my level 1 Beastmaster, he's pretty weak at the moment. Oh look, Lycan's having a much better time, but he's still getting taken out. I might have to move him a little bit further away, so you're finding that kind of balance between taking enough damage and not dying immediately. We really need to do a heck of a lot of re-rolling coming up soon, because we're winning these, but we only have 3% life left. So if I want to stay into this, it's about using all the resources that I have. Oh, look at that. Did manage to get that. We can have the Beastmaster over here. I have 7 warriors. I don't really need that. I'd rather have a Disruptor. My Lycan, yeah, he's kind of getting his ultimate off, but again, he's dying super fast. See if we can find that balance by swapping things around. I'm gonna sell my axe. Remember, it's all about getting that gold that you want. Cool, another Beastmaster. Should have bought that other Slaughterer, and then we could have upgraded him. Hopefully I could get a level 3 unit. Might not happen this round, but I mean, I've got plenty of videos showing you how to do it. I'm really dipping into my economy now. I'm searching. Alright, let's pay attention to what we've got anyway. So my Disruptor didn't get his ult off. I didn't hear it while we were searching. Kunkka's going to get his ultimate off. That's nice. That's going to buy us enough time. Lycan actually managed to get his ultimate off. You can see he managed to get the summons. And they're easily able to just smash this guy. Cool. So I was really aggressively dipping into my economy. I only have 1 Lycan, and I know that I'm going to need to sink at least like 9 gold to get him in. I mean, one could argue perhaps it might be better to just sell him and just wait instead of trying to get a level 3 one. I do have the bench space at the moment, and I mean, I do have that. So, I mean, I can still hold him. Remember, it's all about holding him. Got 2 more Beastmasters. Really looking to upgrade them where I can. What are we looking for? We'd like to upgrade our Doom, our Disruptor, our Warlord, and our Kunkka. So to get a better chance of getting these epic units and these legendaries, the percentage becomes a lot higher when you're a higher level. So I can actually start to use a little bit of my gold to start to level up again, because I want to see more of these epic units. I mean, I have a Kunkka, I want to see. Also, judging by what this guy has, he's also going for starter units, he's also going for Lycans. He got a Medusa, that's why I haven't seen any. You can also judge, ooh, we might be losing here. You can also judge what's available by what other people are going. So he had a very similar build to what I was doing. So we were in contention for the same units. I could have changed my build a lot earlier if I was aware of that. That would have been something good to do. But that was our first kind of auto chess game. If you want to practice, I think the best way to start is by creating a lobby and fighting against the cloud AI like I did just then. And then when you're ready, just jump into a real game. The best way to start is just by jumping into any game and just having a crack at it. I will also kind of go through a little bit more about what units are very strong, what units' strengths are, how you should be positioning certain units. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show you where the assassins go. Normally you position them in your backline and you wait for them to jump into your opponent's backline. But there's a lot of different strategies that if you guys are interested, I'd be more than happy to cover in another video. Or, I mean, you guys can always tune in on stream and ask me these questions as I'm streaming, because I'm always happy to play with viewers and answer any questions that come up. But I hope this at least gives you a starting point for auto chess. I hope you find it fun. It's a very addictive game when you get the hang of it. And until next time, if you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe so I can put out more content like this. And then also let me know if you'd like me to go through the units and different types of positioning and things like that. I'll also be providing, I guess, some builds that I've used that I've easily won with, so you can kind of get an idea of what compositions are strong and what compositions kind of aren't. So I can kind of show you the value of different strengths and weaknesses of units and strategies in this game. But until then, I hope you guys have a fabulous time learning Dota Auto Chess, and I'll catch you next time.